can see my light ring in here. What does it mean to be an influencer? How do you use the power of relationship, the power of influence to move people in one direction or another? The Bible says in Matthew chapter 5, verse 13 through 16, "You are the salt of the earth, but the salt has lost its taste. How shall it be saltiness be restored? It is no longer good for anything but to be thrown down and trampled under people's feet. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hid, nor do people light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a stand, and it gives light to the whole house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to the Father who is in heaven." This verse was never given to us to become some cute song that we sing in a church. Oftentimes, when we think of the Christian religion, especially in America, it is more about being a dictator, telling people what is right and wrong, telling people where they should or shouldn't go to church, telling people how they should or should not connect with our Father. But the Bible says here that we are the salt, that we're supposed to allow our light to shine. Here around me, I have lights all around. They do not make me who I am. Instead, they highlight portions of who I am. They make who I am visible so that the camera can pick me up. And the Bible says that that is what you and I are supposed to do, to be influencers, not dictators. People who are using our influence, building relationships to help move and guide people, being that thing that can be replicated and duplicated, being something that inspires and motivates people to move their life in a very specific direction. The Bible starts this phrase off in Matthew. Jesus says, if salt loses its saltiness, how can that be restored? It's not good for anything other than being put under people's feet for traction. In other words, if you lose your influence, if you lose the relational influence that you've built around you, then there's no way to replace that. That you can't just be a dictator with a megaphone or handing out tracts or trying to tell people that they're going to hell. That is not the way that you move people to know your Father. That is not allowing your light to shine and to reflect off of others, allowing yourself to illuminate others so that they can see your Father who you do serve. Instead, we are called to be influencers. This part of what we're doing next, after we have experienced this new birth in Jesus Christ, He's been resurrected, He's given us this new life and a new birth in Him. What's next is becoming an influencer, being empowered, being given the raw materials inside of our lives to influence those that are around us. Who are you influencing? How are you intentionally building relationships around you to influence people? Because you have it in you. You have everything that it takes, and someone is watching you. Even if you think there's no one around me, Nate, no one is paying attention to me, I have no influence, somebody, somewhere is watching you. They're watching how you react. They're watching how you move through life. They're watching the kind of character and integrity that you're exempling to everyone around you. They're watching, and you're influencing somebody. And the Bible says that we are not to be hidden. We're not a light that was placed underneath a basket. We're not a city that was placed in the valley, never to be seen. Instead, we've been placed on top of the hill. We've been put on a lampstand. It is our job to bring light to every room that we're supposed to walk into. We are to influence people. We are to make people want to be better. We are to make people want to question what is different about you. And when they open up that door, when they ask that question, then you can expose them to the Father that you serve, the Father, the Jesus, the God that gave you this new life, this new birth after His resurrection. This is what we're called to do, to be influencers to the world around you. So how are you doing that? How are you using your social media, your relationships, your life, your professional life, the life that you live around your neighbors? How are you using every aspect of your life to influence the people around you? Think about it. Question the things that you do, and how can you use that in a way that influences people to know the God that you serve? I hope that's a blessing to you. Keep joining us every week for our series called Next, as we look at the different ways, the different reasons about what God has called us to do next. The resurrections happen, Calvary's happen, Now what's next? How do we move forward? How do we grow in this? 2021 is the year that we're growing deeper in our Father. Come join us. And as always, until next time, God bless.